What an effort.
22-17 San Antonio, and a whistle and a timeout. We got a break with 3:30 to go in the first period. The Spurs 22, the Kings 17 from San Antonio.
Grow strong and live long. WNBA cares, combining basketball and service to the community.
Welcome back to the Dome. Spurs 22, Kings 17. The Coyote entertaining the big crowd on hand tonight at the Dome. Tim Duncan has dominated so far, 10 points in 8.5 minutes of this first quarter. Now, Tim Duncan received an award today. We know about his exploits on the court, but today he gets awarded. He was named the winner of the Home Team Community Service Award by the Fannie Mae Foundation and the NBA. Tim given that award before the game. A unanimous choice among 9 NBA finalists for this particular award. Greg and John, that Tim's hoping for another award come season's end. I don't know if it'll be unanimous, but he's right there in the mix, talking about league MVP.
Well, that and ring. You get championship ring and MVP. He's got a couple of them that he's up for.
One thing I like about Tim Duncan, he is, I've said this before, he is all about the team. He is unselfish, and that unselfishness certainly is picked up by his other teammates.
Nice quick hands by Weber, but Duncan pulls it back to Ferry, who hits. Danny Ferry's first basket of the game with a 24-17 lead. The Spurs on top. 3:12 to go in period one. Weber working on Duncan. Too far into the basket. Tries to fight. Travel all over the place. And the ball finally knocked out of bounds. It'll be the Spurs ball. He moved his feet a little bit.
Well, he moved his feet. Chris had 3 defenders around him. Number 1, number 2, he was trapped under the basket. See, he needs to kick that ball out of there. I mean, he has 3 guys around him. He's a focal point of the defense. There is no place to go. He's way under the basket.
Well, we have a conference between Jack Nees and Mike Mathis, 2 of the officials. This could get overruled. Let's see. No.
Well, they might change it, but I think Tim Duncan is ready to receive the inbound pass. No?
I'm not sure. I think they are going to change it. Our officials, by the way, Mike Mathis, Jack Nees, and Tim Donahue. Jack Nees explains it to Greg Popovich as to what they saw. Well, now the third official's involved now, Donahue. But I think it's going to stay where it is. They're just going to worry about maybe where the shot clock is. I'm not sure.
I think you're right, Greg. Mike Mathis was right there on top of it. And as I say, Chris Webber was trapped. I mean, he wants to score, but 3-on-1, as good as he is, it's a tough match.
7 seconds is what they set the shot clock on, so the Spurs with tough defense can pull this one out anyways. Stojakovic, Weber makes a move on Duncan. 5, puts it over and block and hits. Chris Webber, second basket.
Well, he can drive to the basket. He can play with his back to the basket and step out, little fake shot, drill a 17-footer.
Avery Johnson swings it back out to Ferry. Dumps it down low to Samaki Walker. Divac is on him. Thinks he can change Hickey, and he can. Samaki Walker.
Well, he's another player that the Spurs have added, Greg, that has really come on this year, particularly middle of the season through the end here, and really been an asset.
Well, he was injured for a while, but now he's strong. Divac can't handle the pass from Williams, who tries to track it down and saves it to Stojakovic, who misses and finally the rebound of Samaki Walker. There have been a lot of accidental shots already in this game. There's an update. 44-32. Orlando leads Philadelphia in the second. We're watching that one carefully because a Philadelphia loss and a Spur win makes the Spurs guaranteed home court advantage as long as they go in the playoffs.
You know, as long as Sacramento continues to cover Duncan one-on-one, San Antonio will continue to run that play. And that's an example of what Chris Webber can do on the break. We talked about Tim Duncan running. We saw Chris Webber run on the break.
Yeah, they went one-on-one there, and he said, I can turn on an extra gear.
That was a strong finish.
Here's Duncan. He loves that glass. Little short ball popped up and picked up by the Kings.
Here's the running game the Kings have talked about. Now, Stojakovic wisely pulled it up because he did not have an advantage.
Now, Spurs got back well enough. Christie traveled all over, and we will turn it over. You can only move one of those feet. He moved them both more than once. Don't forget, Spurs playoff tickets are on sale now. You can buy tickets for the first 2 home games. That would be game A and B of round 1. Buy at any Ticketmaster outlet, including Foley's, the Alamo Dome box office, Spurs.com, or by calling 210-223-BUNK. And, of course, the Spurs will have the advantage of that extra game if needed in round 1. Avery Johnson into the game. Off to Duncan. His first shot in the circle there. Duncan now with 6 baskets in the first quarter, and it's 28-21 Spurs.
We talked about in the open, Greg, about Weber getting hot, but Duncan could also do the same.
Scott Pollard missing the shot just into the game, brings it up to Avery Johnson on the Spur end of the court. Avery with a penetrate off to Walker, 12-footer, rolls out, but there's a whistle, and he was pushed. He's going to probably shoot 2.
But he is in the Sacramento. The San Antonio offense is dominating the Sacramento defense. And here's a drive right in the middle. There is no help. They don't retreat and get back to the shooter. And you can't give a pro a 15-foot shot. Something's going to happen, a make or 2 free throws.
Sabaki Walker will have a couple of shots, and he'll have 1 more. As a free throw shooter this year, not good. Not a lot of attempts, but only 33% coming into the game. Of course, he's out of Louisville. Began his career with the Mavericks. Came over here as a free agent. He gets 1 out of 2.
You know, he's had some games, Greg, where he's performed very well. He's had some games where he's been a little bit spotty. He looks like he might be a little bit jumpy here tonight because of the crowd. But overall, he's been a help.
Everyone flew by Weber. He missed a shot, and Sean Elliott, who came into the last dead ball, gets the rebound. Less than a minute to go. Anderson from the left wing. Bang! Anderson with 10 points in the period. With 27 seconds to go, it's a 10-point Spur lead, equaling the largest.
Well, we talked about getting to Stojakovic, but if you're Sacramento, you had better get to Derek Anderson.
Jason Williams, 10 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock in the first period. Gets around Avery Johnson, who grabbed him. That is only the first Spur foul of the game. And it was well done with 11.8 seconds left. The only thing it does, it means that the Kings can run out the last 11 seconds and go for the final shot. Weber trying to post high. Williams goes through the lane, loops it up and over.
That was only his second shot of the quarter. 1 for 2.
1 second left. The shot swatted away. There's no whistle, and we have reached the end of period number 1. The San Antonio Spurs lead the Kings 31-23.
Well, that's a good first quarter.